Especially if you do 2021 Michael Keaton playing Teen Wolf.
He's so old. How do you do, fellow kids?
Oh man,
That would be great.
Hi, welcome to HowtoDandD. My name is Fred Weller, and today I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm not doing that alone. I have the Dungeon Master Roundtable with me. I have 3 people who know a lot about Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to give you some fun and interesting ways that you can use your werewolf in your Dungeons and Dragons game or your roleplay game. But before we do that, I'm going to get everybody to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Baron Durop. I run a channel, Dungeon Masterpiece.
How's it going? I'm No Fun Allowed, and I'm at No Fun Allowed.
Howdy, I'm Eric from Fryminis.
Okay, Ryan, what have you got for us in terms of a werewolf?
With a werewolf, a lot of people kind of romance what the thing is. And I definitely think that not just the PCs should be romancing what the werewolf is, right? So if you have a band of orcs who have taken over a long lost shrine that is protected by a deity, and perhaps there's like a particular legendary artifact or magic item that these orcs or whatever desperately want to get their hands on. But if you're not properly anointed or something like that, then you turn into a werewolf. And that's bad. You get all the bad things about being a werewolf. But what if there was a way you could turn into a good werewolf where like you can shapeshift on command? You don't shapeshift at the will of the moon's phase. So there is a band of orcs that have gone into the shrine, and one of the the chieftain's nephew is dabbling in magic, and they have been trying to figure out a way using poultices and potions to turn elves that they have been kidnapping from a nearby village into werewolves that can maintain their control. And once they figure it out, that's when they'll kill all the elves and take the artifact for themselves. So what could start as, elves that have become werewolves and escaped, or elves that have gone disappearing or kidnapped, becomes this quest hook to figure out why these orcs are in the shrine and trying to become werewolves with all the benefits and none of the drawbacks.
One thing I was thinking of is, it's always, werewolves this, werewolves that. But what if it is everyone's a werewolf and you're actually trying to be a werehuman? That's it.
That's good.
This world where everyone's a werewolf, but there's some like werehumans, and you strive to be, this werehuman kind of thing, where that's the cool one to be. It's the powerful one to be. Who knows?
I feel like it needs to be a Mouse Ritter game.
Maybe.
Not Dungeons and Dragons. That needs to be in a Mouse Ritter game, or like Mouse Guard, or some like animal type RPG.
For sure.
Well, I had written down Wolfware, dog is real version. So
it's a good thing I looked at all your notes before.
I know. Yeah. So yeah, I like the idea that a dog gets bitten by a werewolf. Somebody's just walking around biting dogs. Yeah, that's funny to me.
Wasn't there some like 80s or 90s movie about a were-dog? I feel like there was.
Airbud.
No, it wasn't Airbud. Gosh,
Shaggy. There was a man who transformed into a shaggy dog.
Oh, Tim Allen, the Shaggy dog.
Yeah, well, that's the remake of the original movie.
That's what it was. Okay,
that'll be what you're thinking. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was very, very funny. Certainly. It doesn't have a huge amount to do with werewolves, but we're certainly going on the shaggy side of things.
Sure. I do have a question for everybody. Where the werewolf stat block has a spear, where does this werewolf keep its spear? Where does that come from?
Hand.
Okay. Great answer. Thank you. Kept the momentum going. I appreciate that. But
I mean, the other option is just not appropriate for a general YouTube audience.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, no. So we I had a player one time. She wanted, it was a werebear, not a werewolf, but I came up with this whole like transformation system for it, and I think it was something like this where it's so particular. Like if you let a player get infected with this, I think it's okay to get like a little crunchy. Like normally in 5e, of course, we're not like minusing stats or anything like that. But I think if you have a player who wants to invest in this, I think it's okay to maybe get a little weird with it. And like we had a thing where if she was in her like humanoid halfling, she was a halfling barbarian actually. When she would rage, every time she got hit, and she wanted to do these rolls, every time she got hit, she would have a chance to like go berserk and then transform against her will.
That's cool.
And then she might attack like an ally or something. So she could, like once per day or whatever, she could transform herself and still have a like kind of like the Hulk where she was still there, but kind of bestial. But if she transformed this way, total berserker kind of thing.
Just
so I think it's fun to
died. No, that's super fun.
Yeah.
So I had a couple ideas, and there's the play on, is the werewolf a disease or a curse? And I kind of feel like the werewolf is kind of a combination of the two in terms of lore. It's a curse, but there's also a disease factor to it as well. But you can sort of fight it off and all the rest. Now, the idea, I've stolen this from somewhere else, okay? It's not actually my own original idea. My own original idea you're probably going to be appalled by. I was thinking a village of werewolves, because the idea, and Trevor's got a really good idea with like the whole society as a werewolf, but imagine coming to a village and you're just unaware that everybody in the village is a werewolf. What's even more fun is the potential for werewolves to be stealing children, to be going missing. And why are they stealing them? They're not actually eating them. They're inducting them into their clan. And this idea is actually pinched completely from the Curse of Strahd. My own idea is, for some reason, I was thinking, what is like the worst thing you could do to a werewolf? Is there some way we could make a werewolf like the hero or the NPC who isn't the villain? And I was thinking, if you had enough dire squirrels, like a horde of dire squirrels, now those things are really, really nasty. And this particular werewolf, its job is basically to take out this horde of dire squirrels. And the player characters get to sort of find out what's going on. And for those of you who think that dire squirrels are not dangerous, I'd like to remind you that squirrels always go for the nuts.
Oh my god.
That's so bad.
I quit. This is a mistake.
Look, I saw an image on the on the computer last night, and it was an image of this huge horde of squirrels coming out of a tree. Somebody had obviously shaken it or done something around it, and all these squirrels, just really angry, came flying towards this werewolf who looked like they were about to be swarmed and overridden. And so the idea of a werewolf having to take on dire squirrels was born from that artwork.
A swarm of squirrels.
That's all I had. I really struggled. I still think that Eric has got something with the, what was it, the Grease or West Side Story greased back werewolf haircut thing.
Yeah. Like imagine how much grease you would need to slick your hair back if you're a werewolf. And then of course, like the shower drain's gonna be a mess. And let's say you're like
a shampoo and conditioner salesman though. My God.
Oh,
you'd be making bank.
Oh yeah. What if you are like a super awesome athlete? Like you're an Olympian and you get bitten and you become a werewolf. Are you able to go into the Olympics in your werewolf, in your hybrid form with your better stats?
Well, I like to
I don't know.
I think you can. I think there's precedence for this because if I remember right, Michael Keaton played Teen Werewolf and he transformed into a werewolf and he played basketball and he kicked butt. And apparently nobody was concerned or worried about the fact that he was so hairy. So clearly there is a possibility you can incorporate it. If you can put that in a movie about like normal
teenagers, yeah.
Normal teenagers, you can stick it into a Dungeons and Dragons game, I'm sure of it.
I think that's how logic works. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, D&D is beholden to the whims of 80s comedy, or 80s teen comedy in Hollywood.
I've said this a lot, but logic and magic go together like oil and water, right? You know, just we're always trying to apply logic to these worlds, and it's just like, why? Why do we bother?
Does anybody ever remember? I mean, obviously, you guys remember Red Riding Hood and the story of Red Riding Hood. But years ago, I remember there being some artwork and a cartoon character of a wolf that Disney put out. And it was a lawyer. It was like a banker or a lawyer who would show up and was responsible for taking Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse's home away and throwing Donald Duck out on the street. It's very, very old. It's like black and white. And that was a wolf.
I don't want you to get devoured in the comments. I think you said Michael Keaton played Teen Wolf, but it was
Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox.
That's right, Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox. Yes, I forgot.
Although a werefox would be cool with the red. That'd be fun.
Okay, so we've given you a bunch of very
terrible ideas.
Strange ideas about the werewolf. So clearly we are struggling today with this particular topic. If there's anything that here is useful, please let us know. Otherwise, let us know down in the comments how you have used werewolves in interesting ways in your game. Thank you to everybody. Make sure to check out down in the description all of their social media stuff. And hey, till next time, keep rolling those 20s.
See you guys.
That was my flump noise.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Like right as you said Michael Keaton, I was like,
that's Michael J. Fox. There's no way.
I had the picture.
That
of
would be an
Michael J.
awesome
Fox.
movie, though.
I had the image of Michael J. Fox in my head, but it just didn't come out that way.
Especially if you do 2021 Michael Keaton playing Teen Wolf.
he's so old. How do you do, fellow kids?
Oh man,
That would be great.